Today, we're going to show you signs that the altcoin market is about to make a huge recovery. And we're going to show you one trend that's going to send some altcoins parabolic. We're going to show you the actual coins. We're going to show you the entry prices. We're going to show you the exit prices. We're going to give you the full trade. Today's a show you don't want to miss because it's 420. And you know what that means? It means that on today's show, we're going to have a lot of fun. You don't want to miss this one. It's 420, guys. And I'm Crypto Man Run. And I come to you every single day, now at least twice a day. I bring you crypto love, I bring you crypto wisdom, and together we are building the happiest community in the world. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Smash the like, smash the subscribe. Get yourselves entered into the Banter Bags competition. Yes, guys, you know the drill. You can now say this in your sleep. So for those of you who have been living under a rock, let me run you through this one more time. I'm Crypto Man Run. Come to you every day at 10 a.m. EST and on an earlier show with my sniper Sheldon. And together we give you calls that you can't get anywhere else. We're also giving you free money. Yep, free money. Let me explain to you what I mean by free money. We took $10,000 of my money and we put it into something called the Banter Bags. We invested those Banter Bags into pre-market sales, the ones that ordinarily you guys couldn't get your hands onto because there's too much demand. And when we get to 250,000 subscribers, we give the bags to you guys, the public. Yeah, take the community, select 3 members or 10 members or 100 members. You tell us how you want us to share the Banter Bags. But this money is going to you guys. And today I secured another bag for you guys. And I think this is actually going to be quite a big bag. So Chainlink, Oracle solution for all smart contracts. Well, there is a new type of Chainlink being launched on Cardano, and it's being launched on the Cardstarter launchpad. And that Oracle solution is called Charlie 3. And today I managed to secure a bag, $1,000 worth of Charlie 3 for you guys. So that's another bag into the Banter bag. So those Banter bags are really growing very, very, very fast. We had 10,000. AOS gave us an extra 1,000 for free. Donkey gave us 5,000 for free. And we're now starting to sell the bags so we can reinvest the capital. So you ask me, those Banter bags, $3 million, but we need the market to start running. And in fact, that is what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about an imminent altcoin run. Now, I know you may be thinking, what is this guy smoking? Well, the truth is I haven't started smoking yet. I'm going to smoke later. I haven't started smoking yet. But I know you're thinking, in this carnage, in whatever's going on in the market right now, and in fact, let's take a look at what is going on the market right now, because it wasn't looking pretty a few minutes ago. So let's quickly call up Coin360 and just have a look, bird's eye view of what the market is actually doing. So that is, while that's booting up, guys, smash that like button. Let's get the show on the road. Let's get more likes. Okay, it's looking better. It's looking a lot better, which is exactly what Sheldon the sniper said on his show. He said he's starting to see the green wicks and it's starting to look a lot better. And we can see that after a big red day, we're getting a big green day. Question is though, what should we be buying? And today I'm going to show you a trend that should play out. And if it plays out, then there's a whole lot of coins that we need to be buying if you want to capitalize on this trend. And we've seen the beginning of this trend actually play out. So stay tuned for that. The other thing I'm going to teach you guys today is how to make money out of a pump and dump. Yeah, you heard right. So there is a pump and dump going on Doge, or who knows, maybe it's not a pump and dump. Maybe it's a pump and pump. We're going to talk about Dogecoin today. We're going to talk about whether this thing can actually run. I mean, you understand what's going on here, right? These people are not colluding. They all formed a movement and they are going to pump Doge today because today is 420 and they're going to pump it. And at 6 p.m., no one knows which 6 p.m. It could be 6 p.m. New York time. It could be 6 p.m. No one knows which 6 p.m. But everybody is going to buy Dogecoin and they're going to pump the Dogecoin price to the moon. Fred, let's play some of those videos just so you guys can understand how big this movement actually is.
Tomorrow is what a lot of crypto investors are calling Doge Day 420. So what exactly does Doge Day 420 mean? Based off the hype of this topic and the fact that it's going to be 420, Doge is set to move from its current price of 39 cents and be pumped all the way up to 69 cents and perhaps even $1. Now, if we've learned anything from previous Doge pump efforts, we know that this is a strong possibility. Have you invested in Doge? Is this going to send your Doge bag to the moon? If you're pushing.
Tomorrow is 420 Doge Day. Do not forget, at 6 p.m., everybody drops $100 on Dogecoin. Repost, do a duet with this video, and make sure the word gets out.
So that is what's going on with Dogecoin. It's on TikTok. It's a massive, massive movement. And this thing is picking up real steam. In fact, it is picking up so much steam that today, on the front page of the biggest newspaper in the USA, which is the Wall Street Journal, look what we got on the front page of the Wall Street Journal. I mean, it wasn't so long ago that Bitcoin was making headlines on the Wall Street Journal, and now we've got Dogecoin making headlines on the Wall Street Journal. And if Elon Musk's tweet is to be believed, then today is the day that Dogecoin actually goes to the moon. Literally, Elon Musk said he's going to put Dogecoin on the moon. Who knows what that actually means? How do you put a cryptocurrency actually on the moon? A digital object. But this is no joke. A lot of money is going to be made and lost in this Dogecoin pump. And today I'm going to arm you with everything that you need to know how to trade a pump and dump, how to trade a pump and pump. And we're going to decide whether it is a pump and dump, or a pump and pump. Well, I haven't even started smoking yet. So that is what we're going to be doing today. Other news today. Let's look at other news today. So WeWork started to accept cryptocurrency. That's quite a big thing. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a whole lot of controversy around WeWork, which was one of the best companies in the world. Then was taken over by SoftBank. There was a big tiff between Adam Neumann and SoftBank, and SoftBank eventually took over all the shares in WeWork and paid the founder out a lot of money. Well, they started to accept cryptocurrency. Now, and they also said that they're going to keep the cryptocurrency on their balance sheet. So this is a company that's actually encouraging blockchain adoption. Now, let me tell you where my issue is with WeWork. I think that this company has become irrelevant. And I think it's become irrelevant because of a culture breakdown. I think the culture breakdown in WeWork is terrible. In fact, I've only ever had bad experiences at WeWork. You know, this is a company that is supposed to foster entrepreneurs and to be flexible and to live in this entrepreneurial mindset. And every single experience that I've ever had with WeWork has been negative. It's always been this rigid, full of rules, exactly the antithesis of an entrepreneur culture. And WeWork is the place where entrepreneurs are supposed to be nurtured and fostered. And so for me, to me, this kind of feels like a desperate attempt for them to try and get this young, more dynamic, more technological savvy, more entrepreneurial people into their WeWorks. And I don't think it's going to work. I think it's a desperate attempt. I mean, you know what? Possibly what they should have done was they should have done Dogecoin and attracted that whole young, you know, like that younger generation, the Dogecoin generation into the WeWorks. That's what I would have done if I were them. In fact, that's what I said yesterday. I said yesterday that Dogecoin is actually now at a tipping point because it could be that Dogecoin actually starts getting adoption now. You know, I mean, if everybody starts using it and if these youngsters start to tip each other in Dogecoin and to pay each other in Dogecoin, there is a chance that Dogecoin actually becomes a thing. If not, then it becomes a massive pump and dump. So this is a tipping point for Doge. And if you ask me today, today I saw one or two companies that are starting to reward their buyers or their customers in Dogecoin. So if you buy something at our store, you actually get rewarded in Dogecoin. You get your loyalty points or your kickbacks or your incentives in Dogecoin. If more and more people actually do stuff like this, then Dogecoin may actually become a thing. And you know, sometimes in life, it's not the best technology that wins, but it's the most adopted technology that wins. And if the youngsters decide that the TikTok generation decide that this is the token or the currency that they want to adopt, well, then this is what they're going to adopt and what they're going to use, regardless of how strong it is technologically. Remember, these guys aren't about protecting wealth or about smart contracts. They just want to transact. That's all they want to do. They want to transact. They want to transact quickly. They want to transact cheaply. They couldn't care about inflation. And they're having fun. And that's really what Doge is all about. So we're going to talk a lot more about Doge. But before we do that, I want to bring on our friend Burb. Burb, how are you, my friend?
I'm really good. Really good. How's it going?
Good to see you, man. You know, every time I speak to you, I get this like smile on the inside because you make me feel so comfortable, man. Like the world can be collapsing. The hash rate can be 45% down. You'll come on and I'll feel like everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, okay. That's the right approach, I suppose.
tell me, is everything going to be okay? Like, where are we? Is this Bitcoin pump is this Bitcoin going to recover? Was this just a glitch in the matrix that shouldn't have happened? I'd love to hear your views.
Yeah, I think that as we proceed with the bull market, we are going to see more and more of those kind of like harsh and severe out of nowhere retracements. Like percentage-wise, this is not anything like extraordinary if you think about it, right? Before I actually just pull up the charts, we saw multiple like 15% retracements, 30% retracements, like 40% retracements. All of those are typically kind of like natural to Bitcoin, right? Because that's the kind of like a volatility. Bitcoin goes up, 16, I don't know, 100%, in a year, then there is no doubt that it could go down.
Sorry about that delay. Sorry about that. I wasn't outside.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. And so as I said, percentage-wise, if we see 20% drop, something like this, then it shouldn't bother anybody. But the problem is that the higher we go, the higher we go, the bigger numbers we pile for Bitcoin, then the same percentage means bigger number drops, right? So whenever we see we saw $10,000, for example, in September last year, and there was a 30% drop, it was $1,000, right? When we have $100,000, perhaps, for Bitcoin anytime soon, we would see $10,000 drop on 10%. And whenever we see 30% retracement, it's going to be $30,000, $40,000 in one day, let's say, right? So those are the type of volatility that is coming.
Didn't you predict in the beginning of the year that this would be the year where we see $10,000 wicks? Where you said, we'd see $10,000 candles. Isn't that what you predicted in the beginning of the year? And I think we actually got our first $10,000 candle, didn't we?
We got many $10,000 candles already, kind of like since the year started. But the truth is that this was the largest hourly candle. Like all of the sell-off, happened in under 1 hour, and that is what kind of like is different about this very candle drop. Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at the charts. Tell me what you're seeing in the charts. While Birb's calling up the charts, I want to just make a breaking news announcement. This is the most important news that you guys have ever heard. Massive breaking news, massive breaking news. The breaking news is that there are 6,400 people watching this stream and there are only 3,100 likes. The breaking news is that 3,000 people don't want free money. They don't want to win the Banter bags and they don't like what Birb is saying. Now, Birb is an absolute genius. He broke the 200,000, in fact, the 215,000 followers mark on Twitter. Guys, this guy is an absolute legend. His charts are breaking through the roof. But I need you guys to smash the like. Let's share this content across the whole YouTubers. You see, guys, as you smash the likes, the viewers are going up. I'm watching the likes go up, and the viewers went up by 300. Come on, smash the like. Let's get more people into here, into our family. All right, go for it. Let's share. Let me share your screen because you can't share your own screen. And tell me what else going on here.
Yeah. Firstly, there are my parrots in the background. You may hear some squeaking. Besides squeaking and chirping, yeah, those are crazy. But they always wake up whenever I just go hop on a stream. Most important kind of like point that I was.
Your parrots they want to win the Banter bags. That's what's going on here. Don't think. I mean, they want to win the Banter bags. They want to like. They want to subscribe. So Sheldon also has parrots. I mean, we heard it the other day. Sheldon also had parrots. Cool. So let's look at the charts.
Yeah, cool. So, most important kind of like a part of that of understanding, what's going on with Bitcoin is understanding like what happens on the breaking kind of like highs. We saw the initial high that initiated this entire kind of like low momentum movement. And it was at top, around $58,000, right? Then we marked the low as well. Then we approached and even broke the new high, right? Which made a new higher high. But at the same time, this high wasn't held. Whenever you see consolidation, some, retracement pullback and a breakout attempt, and if this breakout doesn't hold, if this breakout kind of like doesn't hold, as a new support for the old resistance, then it actually fakes it out. And this fake out was actually the case in here. This fake out then further on initiated another lazy momentum kind of like a movement. You could even call that some sort of like a chart pattern, like a bull flag or something. Although I personally don't really trust chart patterns so much, in the low momentum movements. How did I know it was low momentum movement? Well, because it presented a fake out, right? If it was a strong momentum, then it actually would would literally just get this, hold of this new support, right? And well, which it did not. So I wouldn't trust back then those bull flag patterns, that appeared here or here, because they were low momentum, right? Same kind of like another breakout that occurred. It was a repetition of what happened in here. Another fake breakout, another breakout to the upside, new all-time high, and another kind of like just price action dump below the broken resistance, right? So another reason for support not to be held, and that is what makes me think of this entire upward movement, because it still makes new highs, which are higher than the previous ones, right? You see higher highs and higher lows, but technically it's a low momentum movement. It's not any sharp upside trend. It's kind of like this barely making any new highs. It's more of a sideways. And whatever happens, on the chart pattern side, if some chart patterns appear or something, I wouldn't trust it this much, and because it's a lot of fake outs, right? Fake out in here, another fake out in here. And I happily and luckily got out of the positions short term when this kind of like flashed, the sell for my trading system for the B Pro, and I actually exited 59.7, something like this. I just cashed out to tether my short term holdings, and I'm just waiting for it to flash back.
So where to from here? What happens next? I mean, I guess we all know what happened in the past. What happens next?
Yes. So first off, to understand that, we tapped into the long range bands. It's sort of like, those are the volatility bands. Those are not Bollinger Bands. Those are bands based on the ITR, the average true range. And this is a volatility indicator, okay? In this volatility indicator, whenever you see a major downside kind of like just response, we can actually just even turn down the momentum waves in here to just keep the bands and the baseline, okay? So it's cleaner here. It tapped the long range bands on the bottom, okay, which usually limits down this entire kind of like width of the average movements, right? So based on the volatility, that you could anticipate Bitcoin to trade anywhere between, let's say, $51,000 and $70 almost $1,000, something like this. This would be like an average volatility, kind of like a size. But the truth is, again, that since we broke this very last support, this very last support of the tiny candle, it acted as an actual pre-breaker, as I call that, because once this level was cleared, it resulted in a big major sell-off, right? So this means that this level had to be of special technical importance and significance, that once cleared, it actually resulted in a big sell. So right now, knowing that it was a strong support, we have to expect this level to turn into a resistance based on the polarity change principle. And usually after such big dumps for Bitcoin, we don't see too often, follow through to the downside. Instead, we see an upside pullback. Whenever you see a sharp correction, type of volatility that we are seeing in Bitcoin in this current stage usually pulls back the price towards the at least pre-breakout levels. And on top of that, we have the mean reversion per this baseline. This is a hybrid average. So I would expect anytime soon this hybrid average to be kind of like retested. If it happens around $60,000, $62,000, anywhere in here, those would be the place probably to leave some over leveraged longs or just underwater longs. But I definitely don't like the fact that we keep kind of like violating the highs, that we keep faking those supports. So I currently am on the hold, just here on the tether, waiting until it flashes back, and it most likely flashes back whenever it overcomes this PTSD, as I call that. Whenever big dump comes, there is some PTSD, kind of like post-traumatic stress disorder for Bitcoin market, that it needs to have some time to actually start being technical all over again. So don't overtrade this period for sure.
So you're sitting on the sidelines. If anybody wants to subscribe, because to get these signals, where can we get the signals? I mean, we can't wait for you to come back onto Crypto Banter because we may miss the signals. So where do we get these signals?
Yeah, so we have it actually on our website. It's on the burbnews.com. If you will, there is a Barbicator Pro. And this is the system that I'm using. It's not an indicator. Okay, it's a system. It brings the complete exit strategy, the entry, exits, stop losses, suggestions, position sizing tips, the overall trend navigation and whatnot. But most importantly, everything is in here. You can go and then it's available on our website, like a full 95 page long documentation on how it works, what you can expect, and yeah, to understand it. Again, this is definitely a very exclusive product. Not everybody should be trading with that, especially if they refuse, to go through the documentation, because that's how it works.
Amazing.
And yeah, that's it.
Cool, my friend. Thank you so much. I know you are the one you had very little time, and you still managed to come on the show. So listen, as usual, much love for you. Happy 420. Go and do what you need to do. We'll see you again soon, my friend.
I appreciate it.
Cool, guys. Thank you, Birb. Thank you, my friend. Alrighty, so other big news today. So that's Bitcoin. Birb, not convinced yet. In other big news today, which, I mean, we should be celebrating this news, and that is, of course, the Venmo news. Venmo now introduces absolute cryptocurrency services to all its users. So Venmo, big in the cryptocurrency space. Now, what they said a couple of things which are very bullish. The first thing is they have 70 million customers. And, Venmo is used to it's an app that's used to transfer money from one person to another. And it seems like they're really going all in on crypto. And why do I say really going all in? So not only can you buy and sell Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and BCH. I said that again. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and BCH, 70 million customers. But they've lowered the entry points so that you can buy and sell $1 worth of these Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and BCH. And not only that, they're also making promotional videos. So this is Venmo going all in, and this is a big deal. We should be celebrating something like this. But because the market's been so subdued of late, people aren't celebrating it. Fred, let's call up the start. Let's see what they actually said. This is coming from Venmo. They said, with crypto and Venmo, customers can view cryptocurrency trends, buy or sell crypto, and access in-app guides and videos to help answer commonly asked questions and learn more about the world of crypto. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, when they make transactions, customers can also choose to share their crypto journey with their friends through the Venmo feed. So you kind of ask me what they're building. Is they building like a social app around crypto, education, sharing, etc. And that's quite exciting to get cryptocurrency adoption. So that is another major adoption story. There is another major adoption story that I want to talk to you about. But before I do that, I'm going to bring in the genius, the man who called 3 tokens, and all 3 tokens went up. Fred, they went up, what, 80%? How much did they go up, MDX, the last time you came on the show?
Yeah, so Swarm Markets was up must have been like 200%. We saw KTM went up about 55%. They all just moon, bro, because these tokens are just there's no market share. They're tiny. All you need is 1 million, 2 million, 3 million people or not million people, but dollars worth of money, and they go through the fucking moon. So yeah, all good, man.
Okay, you don't look scared. You don't look nervous. Is that because you've had a couple of pints to drink, or is that because you're genuinely scared?
To be honest, I haven't even been looking at the charts. I was looking at the charts yesterday, but I've just moved to this new apartment. I'm back in London. So all you Londoners out there, I'm back in the game. It feels good to be back, man, in London. It's been too long. It's been a year out. So just been moving in. But I'm not scared, man. No, the market, Bitcoin's gone up from $10,000, guys, to 60,000. It's a 6x. We're going to have these pullbacks. Just take it as an opportunity to buy more Bitcoin. That's what everyone wants to do. Buy more Bitcoin for the future.
But I mean, you're only going to buy more Bitcoin if you think the price is going to go up. And if you think the price is going to go up soon, what makes you so confident that the price is going to go up and the price is going to go up soon? And is that just Bitcoin, or is that altcoins as well?
Yeah, it's a good question. I say this, it depends on your time horizon. So I'll share my screen in a minute, but let me just time horizons are really important, because long term, Bitcoin is a superior version of money to fiat currency. Okay. So gold is money historically. We know the story, right? Bitcoin's the digital gold. So long term, I can't get bearish on Bitcoin. Buying $50,000 Bitcoin when I believe that there's going to be a whole flush of money, dollars going into new asset classes. It's a great time to buy long term. I even think, let me share my screen for you, Ryan. One second. Let me just do this real quick.
Let's do that. While he's sharing his screen, you guys know what to do. What do? We just smash the like button. There's still
You're allowed to
people
say it, Ran. You're allowed. I'm not allowed to say smash the like button anymore. So on this channel, you know what, guys? Smash that like button. It feels good to be able to say it again, man.
I'm going to just do what I do. I'm going to hand over the show to you. Good luck.
You legend, bro. Okay, let me just share my screen. Can you see my screen yet? Share screen. 1 second. Stop share. Okay, no. We're slowing this down. Okay, click that. Share the screen. Bang. You should be able to see that now, right? Can you see my screen? Yep. Ran, you there, brother? Anyway, guys, if you can see my screen, you can see my screen. Let's talk. So, yeah, as I was saying there, guys, long-term time horizon. So on the long term, guys, Bitcoin is in a fundamentally, you can see it on. It's literally a fundamental basis thing. Bitcoin is superior money to fiat currency. So in the long term, guys, there's nothing to worry about. Seeing Bitcoin going down 10%. If you look at the logarithmic scale on the long term, if you get rid of this, hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing, right? You can see me, yeah. Look. This is, you don't bet against a 12, 11-year uptrend. So right now, guys, long-term, it's a great time to buy Bitcoin because Bitcoin hasn't got to the top side of this trend line here. You can see here on the chart, trend line here from you would be literally very simple, guys, pitchfork, 2 high prices. I believe the target on the long-term, guys, is $320,000. We all know that. Okay, so let's go on to the medium term, guys. So go on a daily chart, zoom in on the chart. Okay, let's go on this one as well, the horizontals on it. Get off logarithmic. Now, medium term, guys, my line in the sand, I said it on obviously on my streams as well. Go over to my channel and just subscribe and watch my streams. But $43,000 is very, very crucial. The only time I'd get bearish on Bitcoin on the medium term, so say we're going to go into like a cyclical bear market, would be if we lose $43,000, because that is basically a macro like low. You know, we've moved all the way up from 10,000 to 20K, massive dump, and this level here was the first bullish deviation. So you could call it the lid of this whole expansion. It's the beginning phases of this second expansion in the market. This is a very important level as well, the second one, but that's looking at more short term. So I'm saying medium term, this is the level of the whole, guys, $43,000 for Bitcoin. And I actually do see a scenario, guys, that we do potentially play it out with a wick. But it's you know, at the end of the day, guys, we're traders. You can have a hunch on where you think it's going to go. But if you look at the short term, guys, and you're trading on the lower time frames, I don't see any reason right now. You know, I think that potentially Bitcoin, look at, I'll just tell you what I'm doing. I won't give you advice. I'll tell you what I'm doing. If Bitcoin doesn't manage to get out of this like upwards side, you know, it's making a higher low on the lower time frames, guys. We know that the high price is much higher, 64,000 back down. In my opinion, this is just a flush out, guys. All of this here there was a little bit of fuckery going on, really, guys, on the weekend. Massive dump on the weekend, liquidating all those long positions. On my channel, I talk about it all the time. But it was a domino effect of longs getting licked, okay? So all you got to do now on the chart is look at this, okay? Here's the main area of volume. This red line here is the node. That's where all the volume's happening. So if the market is generally above where all of the players have been trading, it's a good sign. It means that the market is actually running away from where all the buyers and sellers are actually trading. So what we want to see now, guys, if you actually did like say, we had a triangle formation like this, okay? Say we had this, right? We've already broken out of it once, but it was a weak breakout. We came back down. You know, very simple, guys. If we lose this trend line here, this higher low structure, I think it's very likely we're going to play out $50,000 and get a bounce off 50K. That's where I'll be buying. Just going to tell you personally, I'll buy $50,000. I've already bought more Bitcoin for my spot long-term position. Right, I bought more Bitcoin, but it doesn't mean I'm bullish on the short term. I can still be bearish on the short term, but buy Bitcoin. So I have to learn. Obviously, a lot of you guys already know that. This channel's sick. But anyway, yeah, so I'm saying this. This is an important trend line here, guys. If we lose it on the short term, I think 50K is the next target, between 48 and 50,000. And you can just go back in history and see that this is the area from the lid of the whole move. I won't even bother going back. You can see it yourself on the chart. It's an important area of support turns to resistance, resistance turns to support, SR flip. And if we do get above this level here, guys, this high here, then you're actually going to be potentially looking at something like a decent reversal back up to 60,000. So it's very simple. It's acted as supply already once. So if we now get above here on this level, then we're very likely to go to 60,000. And I think that on my analysis, just my hunch, you know, we're traders, right? So we're not here to really make predictions. We're just here to basically play out the odds of what's going to happen. But I think if we do break that previous high here on the lower short-term timeframes, it's very likely we're going to go to $60,000. And then I think that will stop there. And then we'll play out a more longer form. Obviously, it's short-term, but we'll play out some sort of symmetrical triangle formation sideways and bore some people out of the trade and then have a breakout at the end of it. But that's just speculating. Just, you know, anything can happen, guys, but that's just my hunch of where I think it will go on that short-term basis. But yeah, don't get scared, guys. Don't get scared, guys, about a 10% dip.
Do you have the balls to ape into altcoins now? I mean, if you are, what altcoins are you aping into? Give us some 100%ers.
Yeah, so to be honest, like I've got those 3 ones I did on the channel last time. There are some other altcoins I'm looking at, which I can't even mention yet because they're not even released. I'm kind of going down the route now of trying to get these super micro ones. And I'm not really looking at the medium cap ones because the medium cap ones, I'm already in my positions. Like, you know, even with Link, everyone talks about Link and talks about ADA. I'm like, and I said this on the channel before, like, I'm not going to make more money, right, on trading Link day to day than just my hodl position from the beginning of the whole thing. So for me, I'm just going to hold on to the mid cap ones, which I hold from like the beginning, you know, probably 6-7 months ago. But there are some altcoins I've got. I have got some cool altcoins I'm looking at, which are literally like, they're like DeFi orientated coins, but they're not even released yet. And also an NFT project as well, who I know the founder. But I'm kind of going down that road. I'm really trying to find those really tiny ones at the moment, and then trading Bitcoin. I always trade Bitcoin. I love trading Bitcoin, make more sats. But the medium-sized altcoins, like, you know, that top 100-ish, top 50-ish, they're just generally going to trade similar to Bitcoin. And I think that there will be a time, though, where when Bitcoin does go through its big parabolic rise, it's going to have a big correction. And a lot of that money, which is sold because Bitcoin goes through its parabolic phase, that will actually, a lot of it will go to US dollars, but a lot of it also will go to altcoins. And we saw that in the previous 2017 move where we had that big blow off top from Bitcoin, and then actually altcoins came a bit later as well for an alt season. So I think that could happen. But if I was going to say, yeah, the ones I'm really in right now, guys, I'm not going to lie, is UOS. I think this is a really good altcoin. So this is my favorite altcoin in terms of not like 1,000x, but one of my favorite altcoins for like risk to reward. And then I've got my EFX, my Matix, all the ones here as well. But just dated, and look at Doge, guys. Look at freaking hell, man. Like Dogecoin. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I just want to say something about Doge right now. Let me say one thing about freaking Doge.
Are you gonna buy it? I mean, just say one thing. Are you gonna buy it?
Guys, I've been tempted to short it. Like that's I'm not trying to buy this crap. No, I'm not gonna buy it. Like I have some Doge, right, which is just like hanging around because I love Dogecoin. I don't want to lie to you. I love Dogecoin. It's great. It brings more people into crypto. I love the meme. I love the culture around it. I love it. But it's shit. It's the shittiest of the shittest altcoins. It's the shittest coin ever. And it's gonna do an 80% correction, guys. I did on one of my other previous streams, just did the historical data. It just breaks down 80%. So, you know, I even said on my stream yesterday, I'm tempted to short this. It's broken this trend line we've been looking at. That's significant. It's below the node. It's already tagged the 168 already on the Fibonacci. So let me just do a Fibonacci, just a really simple bit of analysis from the swing low to swing high on this move. You can see it's now above the 382. That's the first sign below the 382. That's the first sign you could be coming down to the golden retrace. But guys, just to mention, Dogecoin is not superior money to Bitcoin. It's literally, there's so much supply. You can't have certainty in it. Also, Bitcoin has massive hash rate, and Bitcoin has a defined set of rules, which means you have to spend electricity to hack it or mine the network. Dogecoin is similar to Bitcoin, but it hasn't got the amount of participants. Anyway.
You're such a boomer. You're such a boomer. You don't get it, bro. You don't get it. You don't get Dogecoin.
You don't get Doge, man. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, go on.
Thank you, my brother. So much love for you. See you again next week. Have a great 420, bro.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's go. And also, Ran, your place is almost looking as nice as my place with that fisheye camera going on there. So you're doing well, man. Respect to it.
Thank you, my brother. Have a good one, man. All right. So, I mean, question is, should we be making money in Doge? Can we make money in Doge? And in fact, I want to bring on Sheldon and say, Sheldon, are you ready to take a short on Dogecoin yet?
Definitely. We're nearly at the point. Is my sound better this time, man?
It is.
Okay, awesome. If you would like to share my screen, I can no problem go through Doge for you if you want.
Okay, so before we go through Doge, let's actually look at the fundamentals of Doge. So there's a massive movement happening right now on TikTok, and these guys are starting to buy Doge. And it's a massive movement. They are pumping Doge to the moon at 420, at 6 o'clock on 420, which is today. Freddie, show us what's going on TikTok. Let's tap into TikTok again. Let's look at what's going on. In fact, hold on. Show me BitLord.
G'day, folks. Just wanted to get on here quickly and just say, wow, another Doge pump, absolutely out of nowhere to some people, except for those that know, those that believe, the true holders, the Spartans of our generations, the fucking warriors. Now, if you're thinking about selling this anytime soon, I've got news for you. What you're selling today, your children will be buying in the future. This is going to be more than a meme. It's going to become a religion. I can guarantee you that now, because I'm starting to see it happening. The first signs of a religion are cult-like behavior, which we are all displaying perfectly well. Now, it's coming. The Church of Doge is coming.
I mean, you don't actually know if he's being serious or not. I really hope he's not being serious, but I think he may be serious. These guys have drunk the Kool-Aid. I mean, and it's not only him. It's a whole movement of people on TikTok. And they are buying Doge because they are sending Doge to the moon. Question is, what happens when Doge comes back from the moon, or when they're not sending Doge to the moon? Let's just have a look at more. I want to give the guys a real feel for what's going on. Freddie.
I have a love-hate relationship with Dogecoin. I do want to give it one round of applause for one specific thing, which is helping bring mainstream people in. As you can see, Snickers is posting about Doge Day 420. Earlier this month, we also had Tim Hortons. And here in Canada, we also had the Doge Day 420 trending on Twitter. I don't know what's going to go down with that. Hopefully it pumps and people make a lot of money. Make sure you put your profits into something that's going to last 100 years. Or use it to pay your bills. Like Doge could pay the bills. I would like that.
We need to talk.
So,
early January, I stumbled upon this TikTok that was talking about this tweet by Elon Musk. He was saying to invest in Dogecoin like right now, and me not knowing anything about cryptocurrency or stocks or anything, I threw $100 in and was like, I mean, it's $100, I could use it, but like, why not? All my friends were like, you're so stupid, that's literally based on a meme. But I was like, Elon Musk knows a lot more than me, so I might as well just take the gamble. Since I put the $100 in, this is how much it's gone up. I've literally made like over $5,000 on this meme cryptocurrency. Doge Day is trending all over Twitter right now, and apparently it's tomorrow on 420. People keep saying it's about to go to the moon, like people are really hype about it. I have no idea what's gonna happen, but I'm really excited to find out.
Dogecoin is blowing up. It's at 33 cents right now, and it's stabilizing around the 30-cent area. But I think Dogecoin is about to do something even greater. It's going to substantially multiply on April 20th, aka 420. I have a feeling Elon Musk is going to put out a tweet and use some of his money to invest in Doge, driving the price up. If this goes as planned, and everybody, including Mr. Musk, go ahead and just pour money into Doge on April 20th all at once, Doge will reach prices that originally were not even conceptual. I'm talking $100 or best case scenario, $1,000.
follow him for more trading advice. We'll get you his TikTok. We'll get you his TikTok, Nick, and you can follow him for more trading advice. Guys, it's a pump and dump. I mean, there is a very small chance, like I said earlier, that Dogecoin may actually catch on, but it's a tiny, tiny chance. And more realistically, it's going to do what XRP did when XRP had its pump and dump. And I want to show you guys what happened when XRP had a coordinated pump and dump. That is exactly what it looked like. The guys all said that they were going to pump the XRP token, as you can see, and the price went up, 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 up. And before the time that they were all supposed to buy, the price of XRP started to come down and it collapsed. That's exactly what's going to happen with Dogecoin. But as traders, we can actually make money out of this. We can make money. We can make huge money out of pump and dumps if we know how to trade them. So today we're actually going to show you how to trade a pump and dump. How do you make the maximum amount of money in a pump and dump? And the answer is very simple. If you want to get into a pump and dump and make money, make sure that you're there early. So don't get into Doge now when you're 2 hours away, but a week before these pump and dumps, you can buy the pump and dump if you like. I don't like doing it, but if you're going to do it, I prefer to invest in fundamentals. But if you're going to speculate, if you want to have some fun and you want to do it, then just follow this little guide. You buy, you sell, and then as it starts going down, you short and you close. So today I thought I'd teach you guys how to short, because a lot of you guys know how to buy a token when it's low at a low price and then sell it when it's at a high price. But how do you make money on the way down? Well, that's called shorting. And effectively what shorting is when you sell something that you don't have. So I'm going to show you an example. I'm going to show you an example around Dogecoin. Say that you had nothing. You had nothing. And you wanted to enter a short position on Doge. By entering a short position, you are betting that the price of Doge is going to go down. So right now, if I look at the price of Doge, let me get the price of Doge up on my screen while Fred removes this ridiculous slide. If you look at the price of Doge right now, Doge is trading at, hold on, let me get my screen. Doge is trading at 36 cents. If you think the price is going to go down, you can make money on it. Exactly like you make money when you buy shares, buy tokens that are going to go up. You can make money on tokens when they go down. Let me show you a very basic guide of how to do this. So you enter a short position by selling a token that you don't have. So let's look at the example that we have over here. And you would sell 1,000 Dogecoin at 50 cents. When you sell 1,000 Dogecoin at 50 cents, Dogecoin that you don't have in your wallet, and this you can do this on certain exchanges, you make $500 because you sell 1,000 Dogecoin at 50 cents, and therefore you have $500 in your pocket. But you also owe 1,000 Doge because you sold tokens that you don't have. So you took tokens that you don't have, you borrowed them from someone, and you sold them. And now you have $500, and you owe this mystery person 1,000 Dogecoin. When and if the price goes down, you buy the 1,000 Dogecoin back. And when you do, let's say you buy them back at 30 cents. You then get $300. You return the 1,000 Dogecoin and you got a profit of $200. So you can make money by actually shorting a token. Now, Sniper, is it time to short Doge? When you look at the chart, are you comfortable? I know that 6 o'clock EST, and we think it's 6 o'clock EST, is a couple of minutes away, a couple of hours away. Do you think that it's time to short Doge, or is it not the right time to take a short position?
Not just yet. There is a chart that I'll show you now on where we can do the safer short, because end of the day, if it is. But what I want to show you, did show the XRP there, ramp there, Ran. And I just want to show something because it's looking very similar to what Doge is doing right now, where Doge has recently just made a previous high. And what have we done now in the last few, the last half an hour or so? We've had a recent little quick dump from Doge, and that's doing very similar to what XRP did in this range over here. And if you just remember what we're seeing here, because I'm going to show you this fib line that can also help us with a real big sort of top. I don't believe, because the problem is with Doge is we hit the first rally and then we've hit the lower high, but we've been riding sideways. We haven't had that parabolic shoot yet. Now I believe with this sort of news, we're going to have that ridiculous parabolic move. So I still think the question that it can rally, I won't be buying it now. And if we bought it a while ago at the 10 cents sort of mark, but we can be prepping.
I would be selling Doge right now. Don't wait for 6 o'clock. By 6 o'clock, everybody's going to get nervous because human psychology says, you know what, I'm going to sell before Sheldon sells because I want to make sure that I get out. And this is going to start happening, and it's going to start happening in a few hours. In fact, it may have already started to happen. So to me, Sheldon, we're not seeing a big snap. We're not seeing a big spike. We're not seeing one of those.
So you saw what we just saw now. So if you share my screen again quickly. So you saw what we just saw now, where we had XRP rally up. We had the second top. Now there is definitely a shorting view, and that's obviously the break of support. There's a beautiful trend for us. The break and the closing of the 1 hour or 4 hour candle, this is the short time. That's the safer short because it's showing you we are losing momentum. All that I'm saying is we have two views. We've got a trend resistance. So the only way we know the bullish view is if we break that, we're going to do what XRP did, where we had the top, we had the lower top. This sideways is not a parabolic. You know, we should have expected this big rally that we have over here should be today. Because if this is the news and the rally that we had with XRP, that's what it should look like. And then a horrible tank after where we've actually done nothing. So yes, we have a trend. That's the short signal. You can see bearish view where I'll be shorting the break of this trend. But at any point, I still believe, and it's true, I've seen a few comments as well. If Elon Musk puts a post out now, Ran, and he says something about Doge, there is a possibility that this thing can just
come down tomorrow. So it won't come down today. It'll come down tomorrow. Guys, Doge is going to be under 20 cents in the next.
I agree with you 100%.
In the next 10 days, Doge will be in the next 12
100%.
days.
And Ran, there's one thing, yeah, we're not ready just yet to say I'm shorting it right now. But when I do short it, I'd actually like to do that live with the guys, or I'll even do it on my Twitter, or I'll do something. I'd actually like to do a full live short with the guys.
We'll do it live. We'll arrange an emergency stream as soon as that happens. Guys, if Doge remains above 20 cents in the next 14 days from now, Fred, what's the date today? Okay, if on the 5th of May, Doge has not crashed to below 20 cents, I will smoke a joint, a spliff on live YouTube. Simple as that. I will smoke a joint on live YouTube because there's no way that Doge is going to hold this. Maybe it will, and then I'm going to have to smoke a spliff here on the live YouTube. Anyway, let's get into one more big news story in the day that I want to cover with you guys before I let you guys all go back to class. So you saw that Binance appointed a new CEO. I have a few questions. First of all, the guy they hired, Brian Brooks, he was the head of the OCC, the currency controller in the US. And he was responsible for passing that legislation that banks could settle using cryptocurrencies, which was huge. So this guy is a huge legal rally guy. I have a few questions. First thing is, where's Catherine, the previous CEO? I don't remember any announcements that she's out of Binance. The second question is, why is Binance making an appointment that is very much a legal appointment? To me, it's a very bad sign. It means that instead of getting on with business, if you appoint a CEO that is with a legal background and, part of that, what you're basically saying is that instead of spending your time on growth and whatever else, you are spending your time on legislation. And for me, that is the biggest problem in the United States. In the United States, there are so many rules, and there's a rule for everything, and there's one body that oversees another body, and there's the SEC, and there's this, and there's that, and everybody's just overlooking everybody to try and catch everybody out. You can't work in an environment like that. And what you can see with Binance's new appointment is exactly that. What they're saying is, look, we need to hire someone who's good at the law. We need to hire someone who can deal with the lawmakers. We're not hiring an entrepreneur. We're not hiring someone who's going to help us grow. We're not helping someone who's going to help adoption of cryptocurrency. We are hiring our number one guy is the guy that's going to deal with the lawmakers. It's so sad. It's so sad that the US has this culture of policing and stopping innovation. It's so sad. It beats me up so much. When I arrived in the US, and I arrived there expecting such huge opportunity, and I realized that actually the US was like being in China, but they had much better marketing. In fact, if I were to be honest, I think that China has a massive head start over the US when it comes to blockchain and crypto. You think that China is sitting back? China's not sitting back. China turned around and said that they are starting to support blockchain. In fact, the vice president of the People's Bank of China, which is the central bank of China, he said, in fact, Freddie, do we have the interview? There was an interview with him, right? Let's play that interview. Guys, this is what the vice president of the central bank of China, this is like their treasury. Let's listen to what he said.
The main role we see for crypto assets going forward, their main role is investment alternative. And as investment alternative, I think many countries, including China, are still looking into it and thinking about what kind of regulatory requirements, maybe minimal, but we need to have some kind of regulatory requirement to prevent speculative nature.
So that's China. And China in 2017 banned cryptocurrency 13 times, 15 times. In fact, every week there was a different cryptocurrency ban in China. But now it seems like China is warming up to cryptocurrency. Number one, the central bank of China has released the digital yuan. And not only that, they're also marketing the digital yuan. In China, there's a festival that happens just before New Year's where they gift each other in red envelopes. So you get a red envelope, and inside the red envelope is a surprise. It can be money, it can be anything. And people were gifting each other virtual red envelopes in China with this new digital yuan in it. So China is very serious. They also said that they're going to start investing more in blockchain. You now also heard the deputy governor of the People's Bank of China, of their central bank, saying exactly the same thing. So China might be back. Don't forget that the majority of Bitcoin mining happens in China. And what do you earn when you mine Bitcoin? You earn Bitcoin. Even after the ban in 2017, the biggest trade in Bitcoin would be China. It's just not happening on exchanges. It's happening peer-to-peer. You can't bet against China because they love to speculate. They are brilliant at technology. They are super disciplined, and they have a huge, huge, huge population. So if China is entering the game, which tokens are going to run? Because tokens are going to run. And there are certain tokens that the Chinese people love more than other tokens. I call them the 2017 tokens because you know who these tokens are? NEO, Ontology, BCH, EOS, Litecoin, VeChain. Those are the Chinese tokens. And if you take a look at the NEO chart, let me get you guys the chart for NEO. Look at what is happening on NEO at the moment. Let me get that chart for you guys. So NEO is actually known as the Chinese Ethereum. They call this the Chinese Ethereum, except that NEO has much faster transactions, which are almost close to free in terms of their transaction volume. And if we look at the run-up that NEO's had since the 25th of March, NEO was at $40 on the 25th of March. And today, even after the altcoin correction, it's at $110 or $109. So NEO is definitely one that I would look out for. It has a very, very bustling ecosystem. In fact, it is a Chinese created coin. It was created by the people at On-Chain Capital in China, Dao Hongfei and his team, and they are geniuses. These are the smartest people in China creating a coin, building an ecosystem, and there is actually a lot of adoption of apps building on this ecosystem. So look at NEO. If you think China's getting back into the game, look at NEO. There's another coin that came out of the same stable with Dao Hongfei, and that is Ontology. Ontology is the enterprise type blockchain. It's an enterprise blockchain. It's a closed blockchain for enterprise. And that is their play. Let's look at what Ontology has done, because Rudo, our friend, says that Ontology is primed for a run. I don't know if you guys were here yesterday. If you weren't, go and check out yesterday's show. But he says that Ontology is primed for a run. Let's look at what Ontology has done in the last 90 days or 180 days. Well, there it is. It's gone up from 62 cents all the way to $2.28. Ontology is another one that you need to be buying. A third one that you should be looking at is BCH. The Chinese love BCH. Why? Because if the mining happens in China, and it's the same ASIC miners that you use to mine Bitcoin, you can use to mine BCH. They switch the mining power between Bitcoin and BCH all the time, and they accrue BCH. So BCH, another big one that the Chinese like. And the last one that the Chinese like, in fact, the Chinese love, is VeChain. We all know VeChain. VeChain is the supply chain token out there. It was created by a guy called Sunny Lee. He was the chief information officer of Louis Vuitton in China. So he knows all the problems, and he set up a supply chain token or a supply chain protocol. There is a lot of speculation that it's actually backed by the US government, by the Chinese government, and that the Chinese government actually has ties into VeChain. Be that as it may, VeChain has a whole lot of real world adoption. They've created food tracking applications on their chain. They've created luxury good tracking applications on their chain. They've created COVID tracking applications and COVID vaccine tracking applications on their chain. Whenever you want to know where something comes from, you can use VeChain. So if you want to verify that your vaccine is indeed a good vaccine and not a fake vaccine, you can scan one barcode using a VeChain application, and it shows you the entire history of the vaccine on the blockchain. So there is a site, and this site actually also gives you a complete list of all the VeChain partnerships. It's called vchaininsider.com, and the / is partnerships. And if you look at VeChain have some pretty serious partnerships. Real China national level partnerships, direct important goods. These are real partnerships. These are not small partnerships. And the details of each partnership are shared over here. So you ask me, you need to start looking at the Chinese coins. Question is, which ones and when? You ask me, Bitcoin, NEO, Ontology, BCH, VeChain. Those are the coins, and maybe even EOS. Those are the coins that the Chinese love to trade. So keep your eyes open for that trend. Let's get the sniper in with us. Wow, look at that sun. Wow. Okay, let's get the sniper in with us to tell us what he would be buying. Sniper, of all those tokens, which ones would you be buying?
Well, VeChain's looking brilliant, and this is looking really good. You can see we're actually popping out now. annoying with the time frame that when we need to jump on and let everyone know how everything pops out. But it can definitely come back in the zone. So there's two options here. VeChain's looking beautiful. Why? Because we have such a good structural flag. What we always want is the lower high, higher low. So now we're looking strong for the breakout. So it can hover a little bit in the zone. 22 cents to 24 cents, great add-on zone for your VeChain bags, definitely. And the confirmation buy of the trend, you can see they have put their option to. And where I see this going around the next leg, 34 cents to 36 cents, and we do have higher targets. So it's a good 70-80% still to go with VeChain, considering how much it's actually grown. This coin's done amazing things already.
So VeChain is a good one. Remember that the VeChain chain actually has two tokens. You have the VeChain, which is the one that you're looking at now, the VET token. This is the governance token on the chain, which votes for new features on the chain, etc. There is the second token, which is the VTHO. The VTHO is the gas token that you pay on the chain. Now, you can see that. You can see that Neo also has a gas token. VeChain has a gas token, and that is to keep it within the regulation and to keep the gas costs pretty cheap. Because what VeChain tries to do is it tries to use the community vote to keep the gas fees constant in US dollars. So let's look at the VTHO token.
Oh, we can have a look. I'll get that for you now, Ren. VTHO is looking really good. I'm so happy with that coin, and it's reacting very well to the dumps and that we have had recently, which is good. So there we go. So if we have a look, 4 hour, sweet. So that's good. That's really, really good. That's higher high, and we've just tested. So even after this huge dump we had on the weekend, it's actually at a very important stage. So you can see this trend we have in here, guys. Anywhere in these zones are really good buy zones to stock up your VTHO now. And obviously the break of that trend is the next push. I see it hitting also 70-80% very quick. And we know how quickly this coin, I think everyone's starting to learn how quickly this coin actually accelerates when it gets going. It was just a Bitcoin dump that just put everything off, but great coin to be getting in.
One or two more very quickly. What else would you be looking at?
Bitcoin Cash, beautiful, perfect. We are finally, so we had the big dump. We have finally broken out. It will sit a little bit in this range, but look how beautiful we've broken out and retested the trend, which is good. We've made a shorter term higher high. So in the zone is good. You can see what I have. Let me just make it smaller so everyone can see. There's the two buy zones, guys. If we drop a little bit lower, that just means if Bitcoin comes back to 53 or somewhere there, then we'll get to the lower buy zone. Otherwise, the 910 to 960 is a good buy zone. And the next push, I see us getting to $1,350 to $1,400 on Bitcoin Cash. So that chart's looking brilliant. If we have a look at your ontology quickly, also looking really good. We have a nice flag. Same thing. If Bitcoin decides to just come back to the 53, the low that we made yesterday, we got a lower time frame. So let me make it bigger so everyone can see it. But right now we are sitting on a good support buy as well. So remember what we said earlier, just start laddering in, and we do have the trend resistances where we can go a little bit bigger at later stage, but start buying them up. These are good areas. It's always good to buy on supports. And yeah, take these two buy zones down for ontology. And is that all you want me to show there, Ran? I think the last one here is Neo as well.
Because I think we are running out of time. I will see you again tomorrow.
Buddy.
Alrighty, guys. Sorry about this unbelievable sunlight. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So let me try and actually turn my screen and see if it helps. Does it help? Does it help? All right. So guys, I'll see you again tomorrow. If you are still here, smash that like, smash that subscribe. Give us one more bit of love before you go. I'm Crypto Man Run, and I am going to celebrate 420. So I will see you guys all again tomorrow.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. Callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listeners are encouraged to do their own research.